an emergency broadcast, a critical transmission for all who are listening. You must remain attentive, as the information we are about to share could alter your perception of reality itself. Tonight, we delve into the chilling phenomenon known as the old photo album has pictures of you tomorrow. A fictional analog horror concept that burrows deep into the psyche. This isn't just a story. It's a psychological labyrinth, a descent into the terror of losing control over your own future. The images you'll encounter, the ideas we'll explore, they tap into something primal, something that makes your skin crawl when you realize the future might not be yours to shape. Stay vigilant, stay tuned, and prepare for an unsettling journey into the unknown. Analog horror is a genre that twists nostalgia into something sinister. A subgenre of found footage that thrives on the eerie familiarity of outdated technology. It mimics the grainy, flickering aesthetics of VHS tapes, CRT televisions, and public access broadcasts from decades past. But it's not just about retro charm. It's about weaponizing that familiarity against us. Psychological studies point to the uncanny valley where things that are almost human or almost familiar trigger deep discomfort. Imagine an old family video that feels warm and nostalgic, but then the faces blur into something not quite right. This distortion, this violation of expectation, is what makes analog horror so potent, so uniquely terrifying, as it forces us to question the safety of what we thought we knew. Picture this. You're rummaging through your attic, dust motes floating in the dim light, when you find an old photo album, its leather cover cracked, its pages brittle and yellowed. You open it, expecting faded snapshots of childhood vacations or family gatherings, moments frozen in time. But as you flip through, your heart stops. There's a photo of you, dated tomorrow, standing in a place you've never seen, doing something you've never done. The album isn't just a record of the past. It's a prophecy of your future. This is the core of the old photo album has pictures of you tomorrow. Why does this album terrify us so deeply? Psychologically, it attacks our sense of agency, the belief that we control our own lives. Research on prospective memory, our ability to plan and anticipate future events, shows that when an external force, like this album, seems to know our future better than we do, it triggers intense cognitive dissonance. Your mind rebels, grappling with the idea that your choices might be meaningless. The album becomes a symbol of predetermination, a chilling artifact that strips away free will, leaving you to wonder, am I living my life, or am I just following a script? This existential dread, this loss of control, is what makes the concept so horrifying, so impossible to shake. Let's dive into the science of why this scares us. The human brain is wired to detect patterns and predict outcomes. It's how we've survived for millennia. But when those predictions are hijacked, as in this horror scenario, it activates the amygdala, the brain's fear center, sending us into a state of primal panic. The zygarnik effect amplifies this, keeping us fixated on incomplete or ambiguous information, like a photo of an unknown future. Your mind loops endlessly, trying to solve the impossible puzzle of what these images mean. This neurological overload, this inability to resolve the uncertainty, is what makes the album's predictions so paralyzing, so deeply unsettling to our core. The album's horror is magnified by a psychological phenomenon called pareidolia, our tendency to see meaningful patterns, like faces, in vague or random images. A blurry photo in the album might look like you, but is it really you? Or something else entirely? This uncertainty fuels existential dread, a hallmark of analog horror. Your brain tries to make sense of the image, filling in gaps with terrifying possibilities. Is it a doppelganger, a warning, or something older, something that's been watching you since the first photo was taken? This interplay between perception and fear, between what you see and what your mind invents, is what makes the album so haunting, so impossible to ignore. The true terror of the old photo album lies in its implication. If the future is already captured, are you truly free? The photos might show you in a mundane setting, like sitting at a cafe, or something far darker, standing in an abandoned house, holding a knife you don't recognize. Each image chips away at your sense of self, replacing it with dread. This mirrors anticipatory anxiety, where fearing an uncertain future is more distressing than an immediate threat. The album taunts you, leaving you to wonder how and why these moments will happen. Is it supernatural, a government experiment, or something ancient, something that's been orchestrating your life from the shadows? Analog horror thrives on immersion, and the old photo album pulls you into its world by mimicking real-world media, like a family album or an emergency broadcast. This blurs the line between fiction and reality, making you question what's possible. On platforms like YouTube, viewers become detectives, searching for hidden clues in photo captions or distorted audio that hints at a larger conspiracy. This mirrors how our brains process trauma by obsessively revisiting events to regain control. The act of discovery, of piecing together the story, draws you deeper into the narrative, making the horror feel personal, inescapable, as if the album could be in your own attic, waiting to be found. This horror concept forces us to confront the fragility of our own minds, the delicate balance between control and chaos. It echoes philosophical debates about determinism versus free will, but in a visceral, terrifying way. If the album knows your tomorrow, what does that say about your today? Are you making choices, or are you merely acting out a pre-written script? The horror lies not just in the images, but in what they imply about reality itself. It's a reminder that the unknown is always watching, always waiting, and sometimes it leaves evidence, like a photo dated tomorrow, that you can't unsee, can't unfeel, can't escape. This concludes our emergency broadcast on the old photo album As Pictures of You Tomorrow. Analog horror doesn't just scare, it dismantles our sense of reality, leaving us to question what we believe is possible. The next time you find an old photo album tucked away in a dusty corner, pause before you open it. Those pages might hold more than memories. They might hold your future, and not the one you'd choose. Stay vigilant, stay curious. And if you see a photo dated tomorrow, don't look too closely. The truth might be more than you can bear. This is the end of our transmission. Stay safe and good night.